Different vibe out here.
We're in a hotel lobby right now. What's up?
I think we're streaming now.
Oh, I gotta turn this off. That's illegal.
Oh,
we are
is it?
streaming. I got the notification. We can use a certain clip of it, I guess.
I feel like we just want to set the mood.
But that was a great mood to be setting. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I am Zach. This is Steven. And we're going to be playing some Destiny using the Trilogy format, which is my favorite. That's not true. It's one of my favorite ways to play Destiny. I really like Draft, I'm going to be honest, just in general. But in terms of Constructed, I like it a lot. I think it's just a more interesting challenge than Standard, because Standard is just like solving an infinite puzzle.
They say that creativity is born of restraint.
I've heard people say that.
Yeah. And dies of freedom.
And I haven't heard that one as much,
That's right.
But I have heard it. So we're going to play in Trilogy. I actually did a poll earlier randomly. I just posted a poll to Twitter to see what would happen. And I'm very surprised to see that Han Rei was a deck that a ton of people wanted to see on stream. To be clear, this is not the original Han Rei that happened way early on. This is Han 2 or 3. I think it's Han 3 and Rei 2, which is a very different kind of deck. So I'm excited to do that.
Hey, they changed it now where the chat thing.
I was doing this last week.
You can download a program now. You can download. They got software. You can do it in the browser too, like I'm doing here. But
yeah,
I saw it. You can download for Windows or Mac, like an application that runs your chat.
That's wild. If you are watching on YouTube and Facebook and I guess Twitch, if you would go ahead and leave a comment, let us know how the video and audio is doing. But also make sure that we see the comments coming through. And as we're playing, if you want to ask questions, and we're happy to take those and answer them, particularly on downturns. But yeah, we'll get started in just a minute.
All right, here we go. Yeah, I'm seeing some chats roll in. So yeah, I think we're on point. Read only, of course, on
the old FBs.
On FB, unfortunately. Yeah. Okay, there we go. We're in.
Shades time.
Jared Pine. Here we go. Okay, so what did you Gungan me?
Yeah, they're in here. You have two decks. There is a Gungan deck and a Clone Trooper deck. I updated the Clone Trooper deck after we streamed it maybe a month or two back, and I kind of just built it on a first pass, and then I've played a whole lot more with the most recent set since then. So I updated that, but they're both on the Arena of Death, and they're both these like multi-character lists that are kind of doing their thing.
That sounds right up my alley.
Yeah.
Let's talk real quick. The Covenant Masters is coming up, Zach, and this is, I think we'll talk about this in the podcast this week as well. But this is kind of turning the corner on some thinking that we've been sharing for a long time on the live stream and elsewhere, of course, on the cast and in random conversations you have to be around locally. Bless you.
Sorry.
About kind of investigating and really diving into the implications of the way that the structure of organized play and just the expectations that are being set about how you participate in an organized way in tabletop gaming. What that means and whether or not it's appropriate for at least the kind of games that we're covering, and really for the ultimate health and growth of the industry and the audience that you're pulling in and the audience that you're talking to, and how best to balance that competitive and casual vibe. And we're leaning in pretty heavily to the idea that a big Star Wars Destiny event where Jeremy Zwern will be here in a couple of weeks. When is that? Technically February 1st, 2nd-ish?
So it is 2 weeks from this coming weekend.
That's pretty
crazy. February
crazy.
1st and 2nd. So it's 2.5 to almost 3 weeks away.
So it's coming right up, and we wanted to use this as essentially a test case for, are people interested in a gaming event that is not based around large, serious tournaments where the winner is awarded with gifts, right? And so this is, these tokens that you see here are some of the, I think undoubtedly the best things that we've ever produced, made all of us really...
These shields are insane.
Really just wonder about things.
So these tokens are, we did an alt. Basically, we have Saga tokens, which are compatible with Destiny. We did a specific version of them for Masters as something you can earn throughout that. And then we did these resources earlier in the year in this black and gold, and it's kind of like a shiny metallic gold. And
really caught the eye.
They look awesome.
Yeah, everyone got pretty amped.
So then as we were approaching the finale, which is coming up in a few weeks, we just turned the whole set black and gold. And then we decided to give everyone that is coming to the finale, trying to get it to focus in there.
Can you see that?
I'm in the background. How about that?
Is it in focus? I don't know.
I don't know.
Look at that.
But it really, especially, they just look crazy good. And everyone that comes is going to get these, which is, again, testing that kind of theory on it. But I think, even as someone who would consider themselves a pretty competitive player, who likes to go to these big events and compete, the reality is, and maybe I'm just getting older, but like over time, it becomes less and less about the competition and way more about basically showing up, having a bunch of players there, and having a really good time. And there are definitely people that want to specifically compete and specifically earn prizes. But just this general feeling that like there are actually way more people who would be interested in showing up and having a good time.
And just being guaranteed to have a lot of people here who also play the game, who you can pair up with and play games with. One of the things that I think we've recognized is that a lot of people find their way into tournaments because it's a way that they're guaranteed to play the game that they love. And if you can do that without that significant kind of expectation of I have to have the best deck and I have to really be taking this seriously, then you kind of start to realize that conventions and big gatherings of people who play are so much more about that kind of connection that's going on and the what's happening after those matches and what's happening in the mornings whenever everyone's just hanging out and eating breakfast together and these kinds of things. That becomes the most significant part of coming back year after year for a convention, is meeting those people, interacting with them. And it's not really about I got the championship prize, which is worth celebrating. I mean, that's not to be pulled out of the equation entirely. You perform well, that should be recognized. But that it's not focused on everybody, presuming that everybody's trying to get to that spot.
Sure.
So everybody gets these tokens when they walk in the door. We randomly give away all sorts of prizes throughout the event. The actual winners of these things are not getting showered in anything particularly fancy. So it's really a test case for this mentality.
Well, and I feel like, even, again, like I said, as someone who considers themselves a competitive player, the challenge of winning is the reward, right? Like,
yeah, there's something about that. Even just the recognition of that seems to be the most significant piece of that entire equation, right? Like, I wonder, for instance, I always go back to Netrunner, like, the most satisfying thing when I would win a regional in Netrunner, like with the Anarchy deck, is that you got to write about it and become known in the community as this person that like had some chops and like, oh, you're a respected contributor. I don't care about the regional plaque, right?
Yeah.
And so we're just we're going to test these theories.
So if you're unfamiliar, we have Covenant Masters coming up February 1st and 2nd, and it's going to be a weekend event. It's a Friday and Saturday, Friday evening and Saturday. Jeremy's Warren's coming in. He's the lead designer on Destiny. Everyone that shows up is getting a bunch of exclusive tokens and a deck box, and a couple drafts are included in that.
And we think he's just playing, he'll just hang out and be a participant. He's just going to play with us in the rounds.
So Friday night, we're playing a bunch of Trilogy, which is the format we're playing here today, playing 6 rounds of that. And it'll be Swiss, but again, there's no prizes for winning necessarily. It's just all participation-based. And then we have some promos coming in from FFG that we haven't seen yet, which I'm excited about. And then we also, Saturday, we have 2 drafts, but before the event, we're going to breakfast. After the event, we're going to dinner. And it'll just be a really awesome celebration of Destiny. It's a pretty cool point in the game because we have the first 6 sets, which means the next set's the first rotation. And so we just kind of are going to talk to Jeremy a little bit about how the game evolved and where it's going to go from here. And I'm just excited to hang out with a bunch of people playing Destiny.
Yeah, that's what we're about. A couple of quick questions. Let's go ahead and shuffle up and get going. Niall saying this isn't keyforge. JKGK, yes, you're right, it isn't. And on that note, John Clark saying, I hope this isn't the end of live keyforge. I assure you, it is not.
It is not the end. Not by a long
stretch. I think we're both still very much obsessed, to put it lightly, with keyforge. In fact, I just saw that bat drone literally last week for the first time.
Isn't that amazing?
And
I'm
it's
still
like a
running
common.
the cards I haven't seen.
And now I want a deck, like if there's a deck with 5 bat drones in it, that's my life's quest now.
I wonder what the most of any card, I've seen 4.
I've seen at least 4.
I haven't seen 5.
I'll bet 5 is possible. Yeah. Thank you, Matthew Gonzalez. Tokens look great. I really wish you could see them in person. Jared Pine, 3 of our locals coming from Central Iowa to Covenant Masters. That's awesome. Incredible. Yes, please. And make sure they're registered too if they're not already.
Yep.
Daniel Danielson, hello from Spain. Great to see you all the way from Spain.
Also, I do want to point out on the competitive front, this coming weekend is our Destiny Regional. And so this is another angle on this, right?
Why is it so big? I wasn't ready for like, what is it, 50 folks or something?
There's almost 60 now, and our cap's 72. So
how is that?
So I went to Dallas last weekend, and they had 64. And the year before, they only had 56. So there was this weird, like, between set 4 and 5 of Destiny, there was a big delay. Between set 5 and 6, FFG basically didn't say anything about the set. And still, in spite of all that, regional season comes around, and there's actually more people participating. And I've seen big events like this happening all over. So ours is this Saturday. I won't be surprised if we sell out. So if you're thinking about coming, I highly recommend registering. And the other part of the casual v competitive conversation, which we'll talk about way more on the podcast, is the reality of the whole industry is built around tournaments, which means that one, that is being very served in the industry. There's a lot of that happening. And also, the rest of what's possible with tabletop gaming hasn't really been explored.
That's true. I mean, there are some exceptions to that, but I think I definitely agree that the kind of the easy way to pair people together and play in a match has always been the tournament, right? Whether it's bowling and elsewhere. So, that's the one example I could think of. So it makes sense that people kind of default to that, but it's worth exploring what other things could be done in that area, especially the organized play area.
Sure.
Because really, organized play just means you're guaranteed to get games of the thing you want to play.
You're coming together to play of some kind.
And so let's make that easy.
I see a bunch of people sounding off here from where they're from, which is cool because I'm seeing a bunch of places.
Melon Technology from Cali, what up? Good to see you. Mihalis13 from Greece, what's up? Sebastian Markow from Germany.
Just dumping this out.
And Thomas.
Audio beware.
Wait, is that Suspansky? We knew a Suspansky in high school. I don't know if that's how you say it, but from Dorset. So great to see you, Thomas. And then Stormstrong, seeing the news about Keyforge. Yeah, I was just actually getting caught up on that right before this stream. Second Age starts January 22nd. There's chain-bound events. Have you heard about this? Power levels?
I have heard about power levels. That's the one thing I'm really excited about.
Power level's cool because it never goes down, right? It can only go up.
Your deck has a power level?
Yes, right? Your deck has a power level, and like if you do really well in one place and you get to level 5, and then the next day you do very poorly, you will never go down from 5. So power levels can only go up.
Sure.
And then chain-bound events are basically like, if I bring a deck to a chain-bound event and it has, in its previous performances in those events, done really well, let's say it gets taxed with 3 chains. So I have 3 chains throughout the day, right? Every match I start with 3. If I do poorly, I get chains removed, and if I do well, I might have another chain added.
That makes a lot of sense.
So it will continue to
again,
evolve.
Unfolds the question of what happens when decks that are printed are just too good.
Yeah.
It's like, well, this is exactly what happens. It's really cool to see them exploring that.
In a lot of ways, it's taking what we've always been talking about, baking in the sustainable design like a video game would do, like Dota or League of Legends, where it's like, this thing's too good, we need to bump this power down. They can do it without clunkily issuing errata and bans. So I think it is a very good step forward.
Or selling product that you can't use, right?
4th character, Boss. I've got Boss Nez, 2 Gungan Warriors, and Jar Jar, which I'll have to remember how to use all of these.
Ray 2, Han 3. It's called Shades. That's the funniest story ever. If you want to know what that's about, I'll maybe explain it later. But I'm actually really curious. I thought it was just a joke because I played Han Ray for a long time, pretty intensely and exclusively. And so I thought it wasn't actually a good deck. And then the people that team over at Hyperloops, I think it was Joe or Mike that came up with it. And it's just, we'll see. It's apparently good. All
right, so I will get to explore that as we go. Ashley Van Herd, morning, gents. So good morning. You must be from a different part of the country or world.
Or have a weird schedule.
Hello from Arizona, Top Dogs. Monk, what's up, Christopher Monk? Good to see you.
He's going to be here in a few weeks.
Destiny, Trilogies, Team Covenant, all greatness happened here. Very nice of you to say. Ryan Roper, Gungans, yes, that's correct. Casual Noob says hi from Tulsa. Wonder who that is. Is that Jonathan? No, okay, you were...
No, that's got to be Bryce, right?
Pronounced Spansky. Very nice. Matthias Olsen from Sweden. Got my Keyforge tokens and am very happy. Also got my students to start playing. Nailed it.
We got that air horn. Where's that air horn at?
That is what I'm talking about. Shades, etc.
People saying shades?
1 Jar Jar die with double down and add a 3rd planetary uprising. Consider that. I need 4 player boards, yes. I just haven't bought them yet, and I voted for Yoda.
Planetary uprising. Oh, is that red card?
Yeah. Uh-huh. All right, what do we do? Do we roll off first?
Yeah, this is yours.
Okay.
I don't need that.
Well, it's going to go out in the middle.
We draw. You shuffle up, you draw 5.
Okay. Every game does it differently.
I do feel like Planetary Uprising would be great in your deck.
Apparently, Jared Pine says
but
yes.
But that's not Trilogy, right? That's from like an older set.
Oh, maybe so.
All right, let's see what I want to do.
You'd be the
here.
expert on that, man.
You'd be surprised.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you build this? Is it? I don't recognize any of these cards.
This is your deck. I've changed like 4 cards based on so.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Well,
Yeah.
no, there's just 2 new ones.
We went to a store championship earlier this year, and it was really wild because Steven built and had an initial list of like 50 cards, and then I cut it down to 30, and then me and Matt played it a few games and changed it, and then Steven played it for a few games and changed it, and then went to the store championship and he just rolled everybody. So it's that deck, but
I didn't need any prizes for that. See, that was what I was after.
Well,
That's
yeah,
all that
literally,
cared
I
about.
got it out today to update your deck, and the stuff you won was still just in there, doing absolutely nothing. But what I was going to say is that there are 3 or 4 cards I took out and changed based on you complaining about them. So one of them was Mend.
Yeah.
It's like 2 costs
Did
to
you
heal
put
3.
Vandalize in here?
No, you had a 1 of in there.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it's still unbelievably relevant.
Okay. Should I keep it in my opening hand?
I don't think I would.
I'm not going to keep through the pass in my opening hand. I feel like
not
that's
not in this match.
later game card. You think you can kill me on the first turn? Any of these characters? Yes.
Kill your... Yeah, absolutely. So the thing about the Shades deck is that it is, as you'll notice, if you look at these die sides, they're all just very solid, and there's no modifiers. But yeah, the damage potential is very high with this deck.
Okay, I'll just discard 1. It's select a mulligan?
Yep. You shuffle. It's not at the bottom of your deck. Yeah.
Why don't they all just do it the same?
I know, right? What was I going to say?
Yeah, Al Kinsey, these fancy black tokens, these are going to be given to every participant at our Covenant Masters finale in a couple of weeks, February 1st and 2nd. Jeremy Soren's going to be here. We can take 72, and we're filling up pretty quick. So if you want those, all you got to do is sign up and come to the event. You'll get them.
Everybody gets them. They're great. I remember when these resources got shown, people lost it because they're great.
Okay, 1 card.
This is probably, interestingly, you played a lot against my old Hanrei deck.
Did you steal my Into the Garbage Chutes?
Oh, no, they're in the other deck. I don't build these kind of decks.
The garbage decks? if you will?
No. How many do you have over there?
I only need the 1. I probably will only ever need 1 copy. I'll just rotate it in and out.
You want to switch me?
Yeah, sure.
Hand me. So yeah, I never run these like wide decks, so to speak. At best, I'm a 3-character deck, like on a
Let's face it, you're too robust.
on a weird day. But you played a lot against my old OG Hanrei deck. Probably
Yes,
like
I did. Is this played differently?
Yes.
Oh, horrible roll.
3?
Yeah, you got it.
Miracles.
Man, I would have been doing a lot of free damage on that roll.
So the thing is, if I let you go first, I get shields, which activates Ray's ability. So when she has a shield and she activates, I get to do damage to something.
You can't go to the Arena of Death.
But I
with
don't
me,
think I
can
can
you?
go to the Arena of Death.
No,
so
that's the end game.
Instead going to go to this gem of a battlefield called the Royal Palace.
Is this the one that everyone's talking about?
Yeah, it's really
I don't have a neutral character, do I? To take one
It would
additional
say
action.
right here. Hero,
Neither
hero,
do
hero.
you. You don't have
Han's
one.
neutral. He's so neutral, it's crazy.
Oh, he is.
So not gray, but affiliation.
So
neutral.
actually, that's super good for you. In fact, throughout the tournament, I rarely didn't play on that. But this is particularly good because not only are you not on that, but you're going to get that ability like every turn.
I'm going to claim way faster than you.
So you're up 1 resource the rest of the game.
I saw this card, and it's so funny, right? Because people were like talking about the new Vader and various cards, and like I saw this battlefield immediately was like, what in the heck is this? And I think, I don't know what happened, but it feels like it's very simple. You just gain money, right? But in this matchup, right, I'm going to get an extra resource every turn of the game.
Yeah.
Which means my
And
resource...
you take an additional action.
Yeah, it's got ambush.
So it's faster, yeah.
So it's like I can hide resources. Like if you have a disrupt, I don't have any. And then when I want to get the resource and use it, I can. But it is not, it's just crazy.
Cool.
But this battlefield also...
Glad I get to talk to Jeremy about that.
I'm excited you're going to experience it because one, we'll get to talk to Jeremy, but two, we'll probably talk about it on the podcast because it just changes the whole tempo of the game.
Yeah.
And it makes speed such a valuable asset.
But you said, weren't you talking just the other day that Destiny is in an incredibly productive space right now?
Yeah, and part of it might be this battlefield. So it's kind of, you win some, you lose some because like...
Rewarding
I think when we were in Texas, there were like 80% of decks had this battlefield. And
42 of 64 were on that battlefield in Dallas.
Hey, that was almost right down the
That
middle.
was right there, yeah.
So part of it is, I'm going to put the power action token on that as well.
Thanks.
Find that. So what it's doing, essentially, right, is changing the resource curve of the game. And that actually makes a lot of decks viable that otherwise maybe wouldn't be.
Yeah.
But
It
it's
just
also
gives them that quick, just a little bit of a ramp that they need to overcome the aggro decks.
yeah, and it also like it just changes the resource curve of the game, right? So your more expensive stuff is actually playable, but it also really hurts when you don't get that battlefield.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
we'll watch it play out.
I'll play this game. I'm going to lose this one heartily, I think, and then I'll probably try to win the second one.
Sounds fine to me. Okay,
So I get shields.
You do get 2 shields, yeah.
Didn't we decide that Jar Jar was the guy you got a shield to protect the yellow cards?
I think so. I think everything else is just kind of irrelevant.
Okay.
Like they're all just bodies.
I mean, Nass, you kind of want to stay out there, of course.
Yeah.
Maybe 1-on-1? Can you do 1-on-1? God, look at those shields, though. Ooh, baby.
I think it depends on if you think I can actually kill. I'm not. I'm going to take a little bit of time to do this.
You can kill anything you want.
Let's do this, shall we? I'm going to go feed Royal Palace for a resource. It has ambush because I can spot Han. And then I'm going to play the Black Sun Blaster Pistol.
Just like that. You just get your...
Yeah.
Just for rolling some dice up front.
Which this, while it's on a neutral character, it has redeploy.
Okay.
It's got a 2, a smash, a resource, and 2 specials. The specials are do 2 indirect damage, then I can deal a damage to a character.
Okay, so damage. Nothing fancy I need to worry about.
Just a good die.
And it's indirect damage, which is fine.
Yep.
By me. I've got plenty of bodies. Okay. Well, let's start like every Gungan deck starts.
And if you are unfamiliar with Destiny, I'll give a quick rundown. Steve and I both have characters. They have a health in the corner of these cards, and we're trying to defeat the other player's characters. And we take turns back and forth taking action. So first action to Gungan.
Solid roll. Solid
right.
roll.
Let's activate Han. Okay. So this, if I resolve this, it's 2 indirect and then 1 where I want it, and that's obviously just 4 damage.
Yeah. Okay.
I was seeing you get back into this.
Okay.
It's probably your first game of Destiny since the last time we streamed Destiny.
I'm going to garbage shoot that. Because, you know, it's 4 damage. Paying 1 for 4 is fine, considering...
Technically 5 damage if you want it.
Boss ain't gonna... It's got to be damage sides.
4 damage.
And let's... I think I realized that these dice were actually better than these dice.
Yeah, because boss doesn't trigger on himself, right?
Right. No, he does. Activate a Gungan.
Okay.
But he's a 2-1-1-1. This is a 1-2-1-1. This has more
shield
damage. This has a focus and a disrupt. These guys are more street.
You would never think that Boss Nass would find himself going down the garbage chute. You know what I mean?
You seen that episode of The Simpsons where Homer plugs up the nuclear reactor? If you haven't, you really should. That's kind of what it reminds me of.
I haven't seen that. Like he gets stuck in there. That's so good. All right, let's resolve the Black Sun Blaster Pistol. So 2 indirect damage first.
Lose the shields or not. Those Gungan warriors are really disposable, aren't they?
They are.
That's what they're here for, isn't it?
I agree with this. All right, then I get to do a damage wherever I want, so we'll just put a damage. I think it's got to be Jar Jar. On Jar Jar.
No problem.
Easy picked.
Let's do 2 indirect.
Keep looking for these damage, and there are these shiny gold things over here.
Yeah, you got to play weird because you can always activate Jar Jar. So any good result that I have, I typically, you know.
All right, here comes Ray.
Here comes Ray.
All right, just a money.
It's not bad.
All right. Let's...
You gonna give me the juice? Binksonate it?
Binksonate it. That's pretty funny. Yeah, let's get Binks in here.
Yeah, you gotta Binks that,
Let's get
right?
Binks in here. All right, so the blank stays, unfortunately.
Blank stays, these are rolls, and you take 1 damage for a Gungan rolling a blank.
All right.
And another damage.
That seems good.
I love it. I can't even describe how much I love it. No, it's my go.
Oh,
right?
yeah, that's right.
Hard thing to keep in mind. Man, amazing. Yeah, I don't know.
The Gungans are fun.
It's fun. I don't think. Oh wait, that's a reroll. Don't take a damage from that.
All right.
It's only when you
Yeah, that's right,
activate
when you
it.
activate it.
I only wish it were that good.
Those tokens, though.
Oh, don't you love them? Hey, I watched Solo also.
Hey, look.
Yeah, I figured somebody was catching me on that.
Speak of
We found it. We
speak of
figured
the
it out.
devil. And you liked it. You liked it a whole lot.
I thought it was great. As far as an actual movie goes, it was probably one of the best ones. That's enough of that, though, isn't it?
We could probably start a discussion here on the old chat. 1 to 10 scale. How do you feel about Solo the movie? While I'm waiting, I'll just look at peruse the comments from downtown.
All right, I'm gonna go on a
Gungan spree.
I'm gonna re-roll everything.
Yeah, why not?
Well,
looking for resources.
I'll tell you why. Because I could have vandalized that Black Sun pistol, remove 3 dice, discard it. But I really want to do that when the dice is out.
Couldn't you still do that?
Yeah, afterwards, I guess I could.
Things feel bad enough?
I love Jar Jar's dice.
Let's go pacify. So remove a character die and give that character 2 shields. We will give Rey 2 shields. Those shields are... I thought the resource was my favorite token we'd done in the black and gold.
It's the shields.
And the shields are just fire.
It's the shield. Hey, everyone says Solo was great. See?
Yeah, see?
Give me that card. This one.
It's a good card.
I got a Beguile. Reroll an opponent's die, then turn one of their dice to any side. Then remove one of their dice. Yeah, I'll figure out how that works later.
It just... I make you reroll something, then I can turn a die to a side, then I can remove it. So I can do all 3.
You do a lot of things. I just, don't want you to do it.
Too much reading. Okay, on mine?
Yeah.
We'll go 2 damage to Jar Jar.
Ouch.
Wink. I have a feeling this is how a lot of turns are going to go. I'm going to sit here for a minute after.
See, I never know if I should do this. I'm going to do it, though. I'm going to play a little diplomatic protection here. Just
good.
I've been, you've got this action cheaty stuff, and I always get nervous that you're just going to somehow, do 6 damage.
Well, this deck doesn't do that quite as well. I was saying earlier, you play a lot against my original Hunray. I'm going to claim, by the way.
Okay.
Where, it was super, the variance was high. You just, take a whole bunch of actions, and if you rolled a bunch of damage, you could just win the game. Whereas this is like a steady... This is the curve of this deck.
Yeah.
It's just
it's a builder.
As steady as they go.
So I feel like I want to keep that Vandalize, but I also really would like to get any amount of value out of these 2 dice.
Well, you have 2 cards.
I know, but one of them is well connected, which I'm going to play.
Oh.
Yeah, I want to gain a money.
And make me draw a card for no reason.
Because it's just free money. I got to keep up with your Theed Palace.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the question. Hold the Vandalize or re-roll. That's tough.
I mean, are you going to spend 3 Gungan dice next round on it?
Well, they're the cheapest dice in the galaxy.
They are, but
I'm not going to. Let's not.
You're losing 5 total dice there, which is and a resource and a card.
Let's just not.
I don't think you can.
Oh, it's just garbage, though. Just garbage. All right, here we go.
Welcome to Naboo. Welcome to Naboo.
It's been waiting. Double blanks on the channel. I saw that real quick. Great to see double blanks. This is great. Zach playing Hanrei, but version 2.1.2. That's correct. Gungan's Return. A lot of love for the Solo movie.
It was a really good movie. I will say, and this is...
It makes me think my criticism of Last Jedi is valid.
It's fine to be critical of it.
Just take that bait, would you?
I'm not taking it. I'm not taking the Last Jedi bait. I've had that conversation too many times. But I think the important thing is, I think most people, and if you guys saying that you love Solo, I would love to know, how many times did you see the movie? And how many times do you normally see a Star Wars movie?
It's a one of. It's certainly less epic It's less epic than your historical.
I feel like it's not even the epic. It's just like it is what it is.
It's pretty linear.
And I mean, it's not trying. There's not layers to peel back, right? Like I feel like, especially with the original Star Wars movies, you can watch them over and over.
Yeah.
And you start seeing things that you didn't see before.
Yeah.
Even anyway, so I won't dive into that.
Don't you think that's kind of a Ron Howard special? I think he's just a down the line, deliver the script kind of.
That's how I feel about this deck. It's like the fun, just like the. This isn't fancy.
Yeah.
It's just doing the thing. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. Ready for this?
Yes.
I'm going to.
Ooh, and then we have some different opinions coming in. Go ahead.
TLJ was amazing. I see that.
I'll read them to you after.
I'm gonna play Treasured Lightsaber.
That's a new card for me.
It is. So it's a lightsaber. It's got a +1/+2 and a special. The special says deal 2 unblockable damage to a character, or 3 if I have 5 cards in my hand. It also, when you play it, you draw a card.
Okay.
That's the main thing that it does.
Okay, some quick, I want to catch you up on this.
Man, this is really turning. It went from a Destiny stream to a Star Wars discussion.
Yeah, we had 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 9.5, Solo was dope, etc.
A lot of love.
But then we have...
Now it's the last... Go ahead. Give me the comments, everybody, on Last Jedi thoughts.
I'll replace some words here. Panelist Tracer says, Solo was bad, Last Jedi was super bad. And then TLJ was amazing, Solo on par with Phantom Menace. Not exactly high
I'm going to be honest. For a movie to be on par with Phantom Menace for me, it has to be pretty bad. And I do not think Solo was even in the same sentence.
I thought TLJ was like garbage. But the 7, the most forgettable movie of the new Star Wars films, was good. I mean, no, it wasn't good. It was fine.
To me, it was good like Solo was good.
Rogue One, I think, was better. And then Solo and Rogue One are tying for top spot for me.
See, I think Rogue One was, whatever it means, objectively less good of a movie.
I don't know. I don't
but
think
more
so.
Enjoyable.
Good question. And then finally here real quick, Jude Allen 91, I'm wanting to attend your X-Wing tournament next month. I've never gone to a tournament before. Well, welcome. Haven't been to your store either. Is there usually a big turnout for them?
So here's what I recommend doing. One, definitely come to the event. There's usually at least 8 to 12 people hanging out playing. The players here are awesome. The community's awesome. If it's your first event, they will welcome you with open arms, and they'll kind of show you the ropes. But I would also recommend, if you have the chance, to get out here before the tournaments. So Wednesday night, Star Wars night, but Thursday night there's actually a big crew of X-Wing players playing. And I don't know that there's a friendlier, more welcoming group. So I would definitely come in. And another recommendation is there's a Facebook group, if you're on Facebook, called Covenant Tulsa Players. Find that, join that group, and post that you'll be coming in for some X-Wing. And you come in on Thursday night, you'll meet a couple really great people. And I think you'll be really glad that you did.
All right, you ready? You played an upgrade. Okay.
Remember, I still have a hidden resource.
Yeah, you do. For whatever reason.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy?
Yeah, it's a little wild.
It's just like, the best equivalent to it before was your first vehicle cost -1. But that still requires that you have a vehicle and that you spend the resource on the vehicle.
Truth.
Versus just like gain of money. And if you spot a neutral character, gain of money, don't even spend an action.
I don't know about it. I don't know about any of this.
I know about it. It should go right out the window. I would ban it immediately, or errata.
Let's throw the Electropole over here on.
Oh, the old dancing Jar Jar. So if he goes down, he gets 2 shields on all his buddies.
2 shields to everybody, and the Electropole moves over.
We both know that is far more useful than he ever actually was. And that's got redeploy.
It sure does, so to a Gungan.
There's 0% chance I can kill him.
That's why all my yellow cards are active in my hand.
Gosh, that's a bummer.
I'm not even worried about it.
That is a bummer. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to activate Rey. She's got a shield, so her character ability is going to trigger. I get to do a damage. We'll do a damage to this random Gungan.
I don't mind it when it looks so good.
The damage tokens? Yeah. Ooh, rolling hot.
Yeah, that's...
A resource, a shield, and a blank?
That's not great, so that's fine.
That's at least not easy pickingsable.
My go? Mm-hmm. All right, let's get the wounded. 1 indirect, please, sir.
Nailed it. We'll lose a shield on Rey.
I've never been more happy to fail. That's why the Gungans are my deck.
Happy to fail?
It's just consistent,
yeah.
Because no matter what, you're doing something.
All right, and you do have a money, so let's...
Yes, Vance, we saw the new keyforge stuff. It looks really good. I'm really, really pleased with how that's looking.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a power action.
Is this how the game is played?
Yeah, you gain a money. I get an action. I'm going to play Conflicted, which is one of my favorite cards. I can reroll one of my blue character dice. If that die rolls damage, I do 2 damage to a character. Otherwise, I can give a character 2 shields.
Oh, that's
So
pretty
reroll
good.
here.
Wow. Way to go. Card design.
I didn't roll damage.
You dang right
So I
you
get
didn't.
2 shields, and I will put them both on Ray.
So it's going to be an indirect damage versus shields kind of game, huh?
It's one way of looking at it.
Haha. Another Gungan coming in here.
Nailed
Take
it.
your indirect,
Take it on
brah.
the shield.
Jar Jar's going to reroll them all.
Okay. Let's re-roll.
Yeah, Jude Allen, sounds good. Come on in, though. Really, we're ready.
Is Jude the X-Wing player?
Yeah.
You got one of them easy picks?
Yeah, I got to,
You
right?
gotta do
I'm
it. It's
doing
too much value. That is another card where it's just like, at least there's a restriction. You have to spot a yellow character, and they have to roll 2 of the
Hey,
same
I
thing.
worked hard to spot this yellow character, I'll have you know.
And I had to roll 2 of the same thing. So, like,
It's fine.
but when it hits, it hits. It hits real hard. All right, let's go, Han. Han Solo. Ooh, nice.
Are those, yeah, I'd consider those bad rolls, so I'm going to get Boss in here.
Bad rolls. I don't know. I like money.
I'll take the money.
Let's go special. You do 2 indirect wherever you want.
Should I just load up Jar Jar
Absolutely.
and dare you?
100%. You also have one of those Blaze of Glories in there.
I
So,
sure
like,
do.
You just get them to like 5 damage, and it's like, we're out of here.
And then you do 1 to something?
Oh, yeah. We'll do 1 to this guy.
Teeing him up.
You
Can
want to
you
get
believe-
Jar Jar in here? Give me a re-roll for free? A free roll?
Well, that's kind of where I am.
I was tempted to take 3 money there.
I'm going to take the cash.
Eric Wainwright's been having a negative effect on me. I'll gain that
Well,
cash
he
from
wins
there.
all the time, so that's not a bad...
Yeah, but I'm starting to play like him, and I lose. Because I can't play his style.
Don't you see? Okay, I think I am going to have to take Jar Jar. Now, ideally, I'm going to hit resources. So this is Jar Jar. I'm going to roll this dice in afterwards so we can re-roll accordingly. Or do I have to re-roll this if it's not on the Jar Jar die?
100%. So then we'll re-roll
Anything
everything.
that's not a shield or a disrupt.
Man, I was really hoping he hit a blank.
And that's this as well, right?
Yep.
Okay.
You got it.
Okay.
He's a very inaccurate cat. Okay, let's think about life. I'm going to...
Arizona. Did I hear you're coming to Arizona for Destiny Galactic Qualifier in 2 weeks? You may have heard that, but it's completely wrong.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Very
I'm
inaccurate.
not coming to Arizona. We will be at Adepticon. I don't know if we're playing anything at Adepticon.
Arizona sounds awesome, though. I've always had a good time in Arizona, as weird as that
Aren't
sounds.
you going to Arizona soon for something?
No, I'm going to Taos, New Mexico.
Oh, they're like next to each other, right?
I think so. I've studied the map. Hey, Jonathan from UK. Sorry, Top Dogs. That's good promotion, though. If anybody is looking to go to Arizona or play Destiny, you should do that.
I'm going to re-roll.
You're about to get picked, yo.
Whooshed. You have another picks?
No.
Okay, I was going to say the odds of that are not high, but
No, so
it would
3,
be a blowout.
4. So you could kill Jar Jar here.
I'm totally going to kill this guy if you don't resolve that die.
Yeah. But don't you have to threaten? Because then the Electropole goes away. All my yellow cards go away, and it's just 2 shields to everything. What's the big
6
deal?
is a big number of shields.
2 indirect, too.
Right?
Yeah, it is. I don't know what the best thing
We'll
is.
just take 2 there on Han Mabuki.
You gonna waste a damage?
No. I said I would kill him if you don't resolve that die.
Right.
So there's 2 indirect on the line, and I can get rid of the character. Absolutely.
Fair enough.
I'm going to go 4 here.
Wow. Playing crazy. You got another fancy damage here.
Yeah, we
Okay.
have to.
You don't have no surprises, right? I'm gonna crack that money.
Crunch.
I can guarantee no surprises, right?
That is how that works. I'll claim. Let's get out of here.
Okay, claimed. Taking money.
Got got one of them fancy vehicles in your hand.
Yeah, I need to make some decisions here. See you, John.
Deuces.
Where do I put that shield?
Well, most of my damage sides are 2s, so I don't think you can put it there.
Yeah.
I almost think it's one of these two.
Yeah, maybe on the boss. Load him up for later. Because I want to kind of make you like, you got to waste a 2 on 1 damage remaining.
Yeah.
You'd have to waste a 2 here, waste a 2 here.
But most of my sides are 2s. That's why I think there is not doesn't make sense.
That's good. Then we're gonna well connect.
Huh. I gotta stop claiming so fast.
We're gonna boom.
Oh, boom.
Boom, boom.
You got what? 1 card left in your hand?
Yeah.
So I just need the 25% chance of you missing twice.
Not terrible.
All right, now this is the question. You got to keep the 2.
I'm
right?
keeping the 2. Yeah, I'm probably gonna re-roll the pole. I'm just gonna do that right now. First aid is not worth much to me. Oh,
Pay it off.
let's go 2 first, indirect. Show me what's going on here.
Let's go 1, and I'll have to grab one of my reds because we're out of those fancy gold ones.
And then let's do 2 to Han, I guess.
Han Mabuki.
Trying to clear. Okay, back in.
All right, big round. Those Gungans are hilarious.
Yeah, they are. Hey, Trace, what's going on? Good to see you. To respond again, Mr. Micah, to the Solo and TLJ talk, both are not the best Star Wars movies, that's true. But what is Zach's and crew's thoughts on Resistance from Dave Filoni and the relaunch of Clone Wars? That I know nothing about. I think I'm actually a casual Star Wars fan somehow.
Yeah, that's true. You should see the depths of this thing. Go to Celebration with me once and you'll see. I
don't have a resource, Jared, for the Booma on the Power Action.
The Clone Wars coming back, amazing. That's one of the things I'm most excited about for Star Wars, period, that they could have possibly done. I have not actually seen Resistance yet. It's on a weird channel that I don't have, and I do have the episodes. My friend gave them to me, but I just haven't had the time to get around to it. I've been doing a lot of Star Wars reading, but I just haven't seen it. So what do you think about it? Is it worth my time? That's the real question.
Everyone says 1 more damage on Han. You're supposed to take 2. Apparently went from 5 to 6.
Yeah, that's right.
Peanut Gallery is on it.
Hey, having people around is great. I'm all about it.
All right, so you've got the first action here. This is the turn that's going to decide who wins this game.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Han.
I could easily axe on here.
I need to get the special on that blaster, which, of course, this is the round to not get it. Because it has that 1 damage.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like 2 indirect, and then I got to do 1, but I didn't roll it. So.
And this is a 2 indirect?
2 indirect, and then I can show you a hero card to gain a resource or a villain card to take a smash a resource. But I can't run villain cards in this deck. So.
Okay, so you would gain a money.
Pay him.
Well, this is a little awkward. I'm going to get a bubble shield down.
That's annoying.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do 2 damage here. Just get him off the board. Free up some of those damage tokens.
Yeah, thanks. It's a good way to play.
Utilitarian approach.
Dokily.
Oh, I'm funny.
What'd you do wrong?
If I just activate Ray, I can do a damage with her ability.
We'll just do that.
Well, I mean, it's fine. It would take me a couple actions. It's fine.
Okay. I really don't care.
I really don't care.
No, then. So you could crack that money at any point. Is what
That's
you're
right.
telling me.
Yeah. Spend it or lose it.
I don't mind you. I think spinning that die on a money.
The number of people, by the way, who will spend a resource and a card removing a die that would have
takes away a resource.
Money, it's really funny.
These are simple lessons we can all learn.
It's like I want you to spend that.
Take an indirect, my friend.
Put on Han.
Yeah.
Han. I kind of want him to go down here.
Trace, we are making a Star Wars Destiny video right here. We're just doing it live.
Here we are. We'll just do it live. Let's try again with Han. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've got Jar Jar waiting in the wings, so I don't mind.
There it is.
This is the time to use him, isn't it? Wouldn't you say?
Wouldn't you say?
Let's reroll. Now, there's no way I'm going to roll a special, so you can just pick that baby right
Yeah,
up.
here we go. Got that discard, though. Double
Discard
discard.
stays.
That's bad.
That's great for me.
Ooh, I got a resource instead. All right, let's do this. I'm going to power action for money, because that's fair.
Cool.
Yeah, if I lose, it's like, you lost with an extra money the whole... If you told me a year ago, it's like, hey, let's play a game. You're just going to get a money every round. No way.
Yeah, for nothing. Not even in action, really.
I'm going to play a Dagger of Mortis on Ray.
Okay, so Ray's like becoming your late game...
Monster?
Yeah.
Yep, that's correct.
Han's really done a whole lot of nothing.
He's done a lot of damage.
Let's take 2 cards.
He's also soaked a lot of damage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Take away your... All right, we got a defensive stance and a conflicted. Those are both good cards, but they cost money, so I guess you couldn't use them. It's really about the rerolls, though, isn't it?
Let's discard a card.
Hey.
2 can play that game.
Micah, who is from our store, I think I just read, hasn't been in a while. Resistance is a little slow because they're developing the characters, but so far, it's terrible. Wait, or maybe it's not terrible. It isn't terrible, maybe. The anime style is different from the other Filoni works. It's not terrible, that's right. That's what. So it's not terrible, which, unfortunately, why is that the new normal for Star Wars, right?
Yeah, no, I want it great.
Yeah, it's got to be great. Make it great.
Make Star Wars great, yeah.
Let's do 2 indirect.
I will say, I feel like 3, 6, 7, 8. I'm getting in the danger zone here.
Yeah, dude, I've got that card in my hand that can totally wreck it, too.
Let's just take it here. How many indirect?
2.
Okay. Then I'll gain money. That's also how... nice. What show was... Oh, Rebels was like that. The first half of the first season wasn't my favorite, and then by the second season was immaculate. Let's activate Ray. We'll do a damage to that Gungan.
Here it comes. The game's on the line right here, folks. You've seen it here first. Great roll.
Pretty good, yeah.
All right, let's crash landing that 2. And we're going to put it on my bubble shield.
That's pretty good.
You got any more of those damage tokens?
You got any more damage tokens? I'll tell you what, I love these black and red ones. And these gold ones, just put them to shame. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
All right.
They look nice for this red support, though.
Yeah. Teach his own. I have the white and red ones, too. What are the normal ones? Orange?
Yes. You're getting trashed by Justin for not waiting on that thing to redeploy before you roll right in.
I know. You got to make choices.
I don't even know that I can actually... This is like the only thing that does direct damage.
The problem is with one card, I can only wait so long.
Yeah.
And then we get into like a I pass, you pass stage, which is not how business is. It's not how business booms. Let's gain 2 money. Is it Justin Allen?
Yeah.
Hey, Justin. Yeah, he did really good in Texas.
Really?
Justin, what did you finish at the Texas Regional? I'm curious. And for those watching at home, Justin makes a GIF out of every one of our videos.
Oh, that's right.
And
2
they're
indirects.
hilarious. I'm going to kill Han. Just kidding. Oh, wait. I lose a shield first. I wish it wasn't that way. Then I have to use one of these lowly red ones. These like, those are I think pretty hard to get to. I don't remember how.
Where did we say to post for the X-Wing? Is there registration or just walk in? It must be pre-registration. I think we always do that on our events, right?
Unless it's just a normal monthly event.
Oh, is it just a monthly?
If it's just a monthly, you're fine.
You can walk into that
I think
party.
the next bigger X-Wing event's in June, like
Okay.
a regional level.
Yeah, you can just walk in and Covenant Tulsa Players. Look that up on Facebook.
Yep. And if you're wanting to grab a game before then in the store, you can just post in Covenant Tulsa Players, and usually there'll be a couple of people willing to come up and meet whenever you're free. All right, I'm gonna do a damage somewhere.
Can't quite kill that Gungan Warrior. That must be frustrating.
Let's do 1 to the Gungan Warrior.
Ah. Give me one of those. Yeah, never mind.
One of those what, the white ones?
Yeah. I feel like I'm the good guys in this.
We're both heroes here.
But only one of us is the good guys.
It's got to be the Gungans. Speaking of Phantom Menace.
Boomers.
Boom. You could light me up here. Let's go. I'm going to pay 2 to put a Darksaber on top of this treasure lightsaber. Turns out it was the Darksaber.
Whoa. Is that, does it do anything now?
No.
It's just a later concern of mine.
All these sides are +1 because she's a 15-point character.
Cool. That's a good way to design cards. 2 indirect.
Bink. I'll claim.
Done. Let's boom a party.
Coming back to Boomatown.
All right, let's roll this. I'm not gonna ride the lightning on the boomers. I'm gonna keep that too.
I feel like that's a solid choice. All right, that's pretty good.
All right. 2 indirect, and I'll take your money.
All right, so I'm down to 6 remaining health, and you have 9, 10, 13.
Have at thee.
Yikes. Okay. Ah. Oh, oops. Man, this is going to be a fun round. You ever feel that way?
Yes.
Let's go with Han.
Oh, I see how this works. I don't like through the pass. What's that supposed to be about?
Getting a free activation with your support.
But it's not free, it costs money.
It does cost money.
Your resources equal to the number of dice you just rolled. I gotta pay 2 to ready a booma? I may as well just play one.
They cost 3.
Yeah, but like it's close. It's very close. So I could maybe eke 1 indirect out of this guy before he goes.
Not a chance.
Let's try it. I've got a chance to roll a blank. Have
that's
one,
true. That's
buddy.
True. I was like, I'm not letting him resolve. That's just crazy, Todd.
He doesn't need to resolve. This is the power of the Gunga.
The Gungas. You have mostly indirect. We can get away with this. I'm gonna see. This is why I didn't wait to activate, because I'm not even gonna let Han die this round.
Okay, that's fine.
I'll put money on that.
He doesn't have all the fancy weapons.
I'm gonna play heightened awareness, so I gain 3 shields on not Han.
Seems good.
And it's got ambush. Oh wait, I have shields right here. Voila. Then with my ambush action, I'm gonna activate Ray and do 1 damage there.
Oh no.
He gone.
This is where Arena of Death starts getting interesting. If only.
Whew. That's a 4. Just buyer beware.
Fascinating. All right, so I could strap Jar Jar in here and hope for the best.
He gonna die.
Well, I just mean make you re-roll everything.
Oh yeah, yeah. That could go either incredible or bad.
That's exactly how I like my Jar Jar plays to go. And then you're on, I mean, that Darksaber has a good shot of getting worse than a 3, which is its best possible option.
Yep.
The Mortis on a 2 is almost the best possible.
2 focus on the Darksaber would be a problem because it's a 3 focus. And then it's just like, whatever I get that's good, I resolve, it could get crazy. But,
yikes.
But also, like, I can just murder Jar Jar. So if you don't activate him, you don't get a chance to trigger boss's ability.
I do feel like I need to go Jar Jar here.
I agree with that.
And then if you do murder Jar Jar, I get 1 shield, which is not bad for you.
Gotta pray for that Jar Jar rain here. So discard stays, everything else goes. Here we go.
Here we go. Here we go.
A lot of dice. A lot of dice happening
that
here.
melee.
Look at all that damage.
Oh, it's way better.
Just damage for
way better.
none damage, actually.
It's way better.
All right. Let's
I mean, that was just great.
That was great. Yeah.
That was just great.
Let's re-roll. All of these dice.
That's a fat stack there. Wow. Strange.
Oh man, I could just nuke your hand in a second. Buyer beware.
Are you going to, though? I mean, like, that's fine.
How many cards in your
That's
hand?
fine. 6, 7. So Jar Jar needs to do some... You can do 3. And what's... Wait, this is 2 indirects. I don't care as much about that. And then 1. So I probably want to use a Jar Jar die here. I'll tell you what I'll do. I mean, I feel like I can throw that shield on Jar Jar, and that's really the most annoying thing. Because then once you kill him, which may now take an additional die, it'll move to boss. I'm going to start there. I like that.
It's a pretty good little
My
play.
initial assessment in 5 seconds.
Let's go 2 damage to Jar Jar.
1, 2.
All right.
Now it's my turn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking that money. You and I both know I'm taking that
him.
money.
Pay that man his money.
We both know that's happening. Yeah. He takes the money.
All right, let's do 2 to Jar Jar.
1, 2. That kills him. Let's do some things here. Jar Jar dead. Diplomatic fires for a shield.
And then I'll also do 1 more to...
Electro pole here.
And then...
And then 1 goes here?
Yep. You got it. Come on in, boss man.
Yeah, right? I mean, you just gotta get in there.
Gotta get in there. Yeah. Just gotta start playing the game.
Through the pass, horrible card, Zach. Let's change it.
You can get 3 Boomas this round.
What?
You activate the Booma.
2, and then, yeah. I got way better things, but that's why I play cards. I got cards in my hand that are better than that.
Okay.
Let's activate. What's the total damage you can do here? Like 8, 6?
4, 5, 6, 7,
Take
10.
1 indirect.
I could do 10.
Oh, and look at that direct damage showing. Boss coming in for the swing on Han here.
All right, we'll do 2 indirect, and I'll show you a hero card so I can get a resource.
All right, we'll do 1 to the bubble shield and 1 to boss. All right, Han's gone.
Han's gone.
I think that's right.
We get a bunch of damage tokens back. He gone. All right, cards in hand.
5. 1's very important, so don't take the 1. But, I mean, 1 for like 7 damage is not bad. Or 6.
Yeah,
max,
I mean, the problem with it is like, I can get rid of 3 cards. You have a Booma that you're probably going to go with twice. And like, it's got 3 blanks. So if I can give you only so many rerolls, I feel like that's good for me. But that's not good enough. I'm not that player.
You're generally not that player. You're going to brick these dice out, though, and it's going to be for nothing. Ah, wishful thinking didn't pan out. All right, you're no longer pressuring my hand. Okay, so this is all good. You've taken that power action already?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's go and get the boomies out.
Nailed it. Let's try it again.
Excellent.
Swoosh time.
Excellent. Let's crack down for a resource.
Okay. I'll go ahead and do 3 to boss.
You got 1 card?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any weird, like, easy picking style removal cards?
I did have easy pickings.
Yeah, but you didn't have a
I
yellow.
don't have yellow anymore.
Is there any blue cards? Generally don't. They generally don't bother with that. Let's play the Hawk.
This could go bad.
Yeah.
I will pass.
It's nerve-wracking to get that hawk in because of the damage.
Yeah, you hit yourself for 2?
Mm-hmm.
You need 6 to kill me?
Let's get a boom out. Just kind of see where this is going.
Whew, blank city. I should have discarded that hand. What have I done?
Anything else on your end there?
Pass. I'm just waiting.
I'll take 2 damage.
Oh, man. For a resource, you can just flop that over.
Right.
I will pass again. Just waiting on the world to change here.
Interesting.
This could go very poorly.
So what's amazing, so what I could do here is I could take the money, play another hawk, roll it in.
Take 2 more damage.
Pay 2 more damage, and so many of the sides are pay 1. So I'm really, think I'd rather have the hawk as a reroll.
I agree.
And just reroll what I've already got.
I'm taking 2 more damage. If you miss, it's just really bad.
Let's start with the pickings. I don't know what kind of removal you guys have these days, but it's terrifying. All right, that's a good start.
That's a really good start. All right, I'm going to just mislead this die.
What happens there?
I just remove a character die.
Oh, right on. So I've got 2 shots to crack this open at something better than 0.
That's a 75% chance for the win.
Let's try it.
Dang it, the Gungans do it again.
They're unstoppable, I'm telling you. This is the best deck in the
Well, they are unstoppable. I have one more challenge for you. What time is it? I assume we have time for a
Time for another challenge, 5-10. Wasn't there were some people suggesting a different vehicle than the Hawk. And I think it was better, whatever it was.
I don't know. That was just in there from last time, so I let it ride.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
All right. You ready for this?
I'm ready. Take it to the house. Oh, here we go.
Time to go
Now
Jawa
look at
time.
that. That is the most thematic thing I've ever seen.
Gungans and Vader.
For those of you just joining us, you should come to our Covenant Masters finale, February 1st and 2nd. It's open to absolutely everybody of all skill levels. There will be, I wouldn't necessarily call it tournaments, but there will essentially be Swiss rounds and pairings going on, but not in as formal of a structure as is usual. You can change your deck in between rounds. You can swap cards out. You can drop at any time. We're just basically, for people that want guaranteed matches, we will pair you up. Jeremy will probably be in the pool. He'll probably be playing a lot, and we'll be doing drafts on Saturday. We'll be doing Trilogies constructed on Friday. We'll be doing some breakfast and dinner destinations together. So, if you would like, please come on in.
You really get a bunch of cool stuff showing up.
Yeah. And you get a set of these gold tokens for showing up, and then we're giving away a bunch of boards and Masters exclusive stuff randomly throughout the days to random participants. So it's very much a fun gathering style of event. You don't have to bring your super competitive stuff to get prizes. Okay, and then there was 60 some odd at Dallas, is that right?
64 at the Dallas regional.
And then there's 50-ish right now at
we're
signed
in the
up for
upper
ours?
50s, I think. Yeah.
I've been impressed. I feel like I don't know what's going on, but has Destiny made it through the?
I mean, we talk about this a lot, but you have the initial spike up front, and people that get in at first because of the hype. Eventually, like some people kind of fade away, and then a game either stabilizes or it doesn't. If it stabilizes, it can just slowly but steadily keep growing, and the player base gets bigger. That's what all the big games that are still around today from way back in the 90s did. So now the test of time begins.
Yeah.
And I think it's looking pretty good. Like this, so we're playing Trilogy, the format that only uses the latest cycle. So it's the last 3 sets right now. And it's super good. I like this so much more than Standard, but it also might be that I'm just burned on Standard right now.
Yeah, look at this. This is amazing. It's amazing the difference in local scenes. I don't know what it is, but different scenes are... Like Talcine says, L5R is the only thing that I still see played around here. Netrunner was killed, obviously, and Agate never got popular. Dr. Yola says, is it worth it to buy Netrunner now? I mean...
Yes.
Yeah, if you can find it. I mean, it's still one of the greatest games ever printed. Is L5R balanced? That's an impossible question.
I have no idea. Kind of the opposite happened for us with L5R, which is we had a really big audience up front, and then they did the 6-pack 6 weeks, and after the first 6-pack 6 weeks, it just gone.
And that game has its own, the complexity and some of the upfront just obstacles are
I was
huge.
talking to a local player, Colin, the other night, and he was saying that even when he plays online, the average game is 40 minutes. And he was saying in person it's like 40, 45 minutes max.
Man, I can't imagine playing that online.
Isn't that crazy?
That's just nuts. The timing and everything in that game is wild. I bet you it would make you way better on the framework, how the rules function. Okay, so I've got 5 cards. That one's gone. Ooh, this one might be gone.
I don't have it here, but I am running a plot called Retribution. Every time you remove one of my character dice, I get to do a damage to you.
Every time we move a die, you can re-roll it, and I can, okay, you do a damage.
Yeah. Just anytime you actually remove one of my character dice from the pool, I get to ping someone for 1.
That's crazy. So would you still keep easy pickings? Is it a remove 2 at the same time? You get to roll it all back in?
So his power action is discard a card and use the power action, roll any of his character dice that were removed back in. So garbage chute and easy pickings get a lot less good.
Yeah, you're gonna make this one.
But a lot of times, essentially, people will just kind of control past it. Where 1, you can control everything else, but then 2, sometimes you just got to do it.
Yeah.
You got to make me spend the card, and you got to just, you just got to do it.
Yeah, Talcine, I think that usually is the case. Why L5R is so big there is that it was big there before it switched to FFG.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Meanwhile,
and man, it had a dedicated fan base. I never got into it. Man, yeah, this is tough. This is going to be tough. Jar Jar's going to have to reroll Vader into blanks all game.
I rolled 5.
That's like the most. No, it's not at all.
It's like the minimum, unless I hit blanks.
You want to play at Death Valley or whatever?
I don't want to play at Death Valley. Did I win the roll?
Yeah, you did.
All right, we'll go here and see if I can actually win.
Based on
didn't help enough last time.
Based on, I'm gonna stick with the 1-in-1 strategy because I also don't want to lose this ability. That was like 6 damage last game, 5 or 6.
That was pretty significant. Yeah. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
I'm gonna play a force jump on Vader. It has 2 specials. They let me turn a die to a blank, and then instead of removing it, I roll it back into the pool.
Okay. So do you have the high ground after you do that? Are you hip to? Are you a Reddit person now?
Yeah.
You're hip on all the prequel memes.
Oh man, I actually, there was a time when the prequel meme thread and the sequel meme people were at war.
Oh, that's good.
And it was amazing.
Yeah.
But after like a week, I had to turn them both off for a bit because it was the only thing showing up on my Reddit was those memes.
Yeah. Yeah, that happens.
They were good though.
That happens. All right, let's get a Gungan Warrior in here.
Swoosh. That's pretty swooshy.
That is swooshy indeed.
Let's activate Vader. Let's see what you want to do with your life.
I'm going to need to just outpace. Oof, that's a really good one. Yikes.
It turns out, I remember the first time I was writing those blogs about Vader early on. It's like, okay, yeah, he seems really good and exciting, but like maybe tier 1.5. I don't think I realized how good 2 resources is.
Yeah. Turn a die showing damage to a side showing a blank, and then reroll force jump. So you can, okay, mitigate my... That's horrible. But like, it might turn into a 3 or a 4 or even a 2.
Well, if you reroll both, right, it could be 2 4s, and I haven't used this yet.
Yeah.
And this is neutral.
Yeah.
So buyer beware.
So you're feeding me. Can I beat you? Yeah, let's motivate that resource for 2. Ding, 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 ding.
All right, mine.
Yeah.
I'm going to go feed Royal Palace to get extra money. Fear and Dead Men. Resolve this 3 against all of your characters.
Oh, yeah, that card. I feel like that's kind of a hard counter to what's going on here.
It is the one thing that makes decks like this able to beat 3 or 4 character decks.
Yeah.
Before, it was just bad. Remember we played at the Store Championship? I had Kylo Anakin against this, and it's just like...
I remember winning that game.
You did.
But I
Twice,
also,
easily.
I mean, yeah, that was 10 damage. So...
Just there?
Yeah, technically 12.
Yeah.
But it shielded.
Seems like a lot.
That is a lot. I don't think it's just a matter of seeming. Let's get another Gungan in there after just getting wrecked.
I'm going to go ahead and gain 2
I guess I
money.
could have re-rolled. I don't know. Play another Fear and Deadman? Wouldn't that be crazy?
But I'd have to have the melee to do it.
Yeah. Can that Jawa not get out there?
It's only melee.
Okay.
That would be funny. Roll the 2 in with the Jawa, and it's like, hit you for 18. Blank City.
Well, I don't want to Jar Jar that.
Excellent.
I think I will, though. I think I will.
Let's dance.
Yeah. Let's charge. Oh!
That's actually really good for you.
Take 2 indirect.
Is it 2? Is it for every blank, or is it if you roll a blank?
Equal to the number of its character dice that just rolled a blank.
Man, that's
2.
amazing. Get out of here.
Did you roll that into a blank?
Yeah.
That force jump? Good for me. Ah, yeah. Things are turning. Now, is this... Do you kill this thing to ready Vader at some point?
That card doesn't exist anymore.
Okay, good.
That would be very good.
Excellent.
I'm going to play Conflicted. Nope, it's got to be a blue character dice. Read my cards. Let's reroll. That Jawa is going to be so conflicted. All right. Got a 2 damage and... Oops, that was a 2. And the old force jump.
Ah, that's fine. That's fine, that's fine. Huh. Well, let's do 1, 2... to the Jawa, because indirect damage is
a real
special.
thing. We'll do 2 damage to Jar Jar. See if I can sneak him off the board before
No.
that dumb card comes down.
No. Let's re-roll everything, including the boss man.
Pass.
Shields. I'm taking those shields.
Mm-hmm. Pass.
What are my good sides on the boss?
Probably 2 interact or a resource. What do you got in your hand there?
I think I maybe should just take that battlefield.
If you don't have something worth playing, then yes.
I should definitely take that battlefield.
Agreed. See how good it is?
Yeah.
It's that good.
And then, is that it?
That's it.
You got anything? We can discard, right?
Technically, I could try to be fancy. What's the shield worth? No.
I'm going to discard well-connected, easy pickings, and I think I'm going to hold on to that. I feel like I really need to pump out supports and start to put a lot of damage on the table. That's my way out of here. That's not any of those options.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Okay, I get to go
Where
first.
did those shields come from on Jar Jar?
He resolved 2 dice.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
2 shield
All right.
dice. Okay,
Man, the board being filled with gold tokens is wild.
it feels good, doesn't it?
It's different, yeah.
All right, well, we can do this. We'll do it like this. I'll write it. Let's go through the pass. Pay 1, activate a Gungan Warrior, roll out a die, and ready him back up.
All right. See, look, there you go. Told you it was gold. Why would you do it with... Oh, Jar Jar would cost 2, I get it.
Yeah, right? His dice are not worth 2 to ready.
Well, does he get double activation?
Yeah, but like...
He get his, like, re-roll twice, basically.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Let's go with old Jawa Bill. So that was on a 3?
That was a 1.
Oh, because he had a shield.
Yeah, 2 from Deadman, yeah. You just get a 1...
Pew pew.
Huh.
Easy as pie. I love watching the Gungans get to work.
That's really Gungan warrior here.
Alright.
All this money and nothing to spend it on these
I'm going to play
days.
Stifle.
Ah, these new cards.
You can just read it. You'll hate it.
Where's all discard the support? Oh, wow, cool. No, I actually like that. I like the...
You have to pre-invest in it.
Because I can fake you out.
Yeah. It's way better than a from hand cancel. In my humble opinion.
And it doesn't resolve anything, right?
No.
Okay.
You have to pay for it, though.
Okay. I'm going to... Do you want a Vader?
Not the Jawa? You're so close.
I know.
Let's activate Vader. Come on, force. Alright, 2 and 3. Can't be picked.
Pretty good.
Can kill a Gungan.
Pretty good. I don't know. I don't think Jar Jar is good enough on that one.
I can kill Jar Jar.
You definitely can kill Jar Jar. Yes.
Hashtag will kill Jar Jar.
We can make it weird. Yeah. Let's play a...
Picture an army of Gungans and Vader, and just like...
Let's do the old diplomatic protection.
Yeah, that's smart. Okay, I get it.
Scott Thompson, you are welcome. That's one thing that we're really into. Trace Carter, you guys are awesome. Thank you, Trace. We'll keep it up. We'll keep streaming.
Let's go 3 to that Gungan.
This one?
Mm-hmm. Thank goodness I'm not in that arena.
I know. That would be like the saving grace of this one.
What do you want to bet? That's a blank.
Oh, it's a blank. Blank City. Take an indirect.
We'll just put it on Vader for right now. I like that Jawa being around.
Excellent.
I'll steal 1 of that Gungan.
1 to this Gungan.
Mm-hmm.
Do I try to find a way out of here by making you reroll into a 50% chance of not damage? Or do I just let you resolve a 2, right? You can resolve a 2. You can have this Gungan. Not a problem. Not a problem.
Vader's a monster. He's just such an undisputable force in the game.
It's really good.
I need the meta to figure this out.
Like, is this the deck?
No. I mean, this is just Vader being Vader.
He's kind of one of the guideposts for a meta, though, right? You have to be able to beat this.
Yeah.
Even 50% to have a shot, I would say.
In standard, it's Vader Greedo, which is fine. It's fine. Got that focus.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to play
supports?
Conflicted. You've seen this before.
2 shields or 2 damage?
I reroll. If I hit damage, I do 2 damage. If I hit anything else, I get shields.
Pray for shields.
So really good, because I'll do 2 damage here.
Yeah, you will.
And now I'm on the 4.
Yikes. If I remove it, you can roll it back in, right?
That's
you gotta
right.
discard a card.
What did you say?
You gotta
Yeah,
discard a
discard
card
a
to do
card,
it. Well, I gotta make you reroll that, right? That's a pretty good result for you.
Seems all right.
Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
Reroll all non-discardy indirects.
3 and a blankie.
That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Let's blank that Jar Jar die.
Ding. Is that all?
Mm-hmm. Just rolls itself back in.
That's all you did?
Just hanging out with that 3 damage, Sean. Vader's a truck.
You got 2 cards left? 3? Ugh. And you're going to cancel my first event. Keep it in your head. That's how this is going. Let's play a Crackdown and have it canceled.
Mm-hmm. Killer.
Then out of there.
Yeah. I see 3 to Boss Nass.
Pretty good. Power action to gain a money.
There it is.
Before you take it from me.
Let's reroll. Perfect.
Let's vandalize that thing.
How do you vandalize a force jump?
Only Jar Jar knows. To sheer annoyance.
Amazing. Cards in hand?
1.
I'll just claim.
It's going to be a reroll.
I'm aware.
Crash landing is so bad against Vader. Remove it, do it to yourself indirect, and then he rerolls it.
Guardian is also bad, by the way, because Guardian removes it.
No thanks.
The first time I played against Vader, I had a Guardian out, and I was like, oh, I'll guard that. And then they were like, okay, discard, roll back in. I was like, that's so bad.
You claimed?
Yeah, I'm out of here.
All right. Here's the final tally.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, take a money and a card, I guess. Assuming that these are worse than what you would draw, which who's to know?
It's impossible to know.
Okay, so this is looking horrible.
So
It's like when you're watching World Poker Tour and it's like 5%.
But hey, when the 5% happens,
You feel good.
man, is it money.
You feel really good.
All right, first thing, I feel like my Jawa's been doing a lot of good work. So I'm going to send him on an all-expenses paid vacation.
The respite.
He's going to get a little respite, so we'll get a resource here. You're taking them all.
I know.
And I get a draw card.
Let's get boss in here.
The boss.
The worst roll.
Right.
I always hated that in that tournament.
I'm going to pay 3 for Vader's lightsaber.
Cool.
Got way more text on it than you care to read.
Cool.
It's crazy. I'll just tell you when it actually happens.
Player resistance, Speeda.
That is a good die to remove, though, because I can't roll it back in.
That is true. I got that. Resistance speeder.
It's gone.
It's a gown.
Where'd that go?
I can just roll a.
Do you have a D6 somewhere?
Yeah. Well, I better. I don't even know that I do though. I'm not very organized.
I see a bunch of
really.
D6s over there on Kira's desk. I'll be right
We
back.
could also. I could also just say like, make it. You know, this die is probably adequate.
This trooper die is probably close. You have a 1, a 2, a 2 indirect, a resource, and
Yeah, let me do that. I'll just get the trooper thing out. Is it just a normal clone trooper?
yeah. The only difference is that this blank with the logo on it can be your shield.
We'll just match it up, just like that.
All right. Won't be confusing. You just played that, right?
Here's your guide. This is the guide.
I got it. I'm in.
Yeah,
Mine? Is that right?
that's yours.
All right. Let's activate Vader.
Although I guess you need a way to know what blank is actually blank.
There's one with a little green on it. Little icon of the set.
Oh, random. That'll be the actual blank
Okay.
icon.
All right. So I rolled it. If I resolve this dice, I can pay a resource to roll one of my character dice back in and do a damage to one of your characters.
Okay, so you're gonna get to do that.
If I don't have a I will have a resource if I want it, but yeah. It's also got a 2, 3, and a +2, +3, +4.
You're saying just something to keep in mind?
Yeah.
Okay.
Buyer beware.
And I don't really want to force a reroll on you right there.
I maybe do.
Take this job and let's be careful. Let's first aid Mr. Nass.
Mr. Nass. I'll activate your Jar Jar.
Ah, you fell for my trap card.
Shield, so the shield stays, and these 2 reroll, as well as your old bossy.
Activated my trap card. I didn't even make fun of Yu-Gi-Oh correctly. Have you played Yu-Gi-Oh?
Once or twice a long time ago. Have you?
No.
You had some words about it earlier.
Yeah, I shouldn't say that until I play it. It's unfair to do. I think it's actually, I mean, obviously it's got to be good enough to have like millions of players, thousands, I don't know.
Tens upon tens.
You're a little resource starved here, bun.
I am a little resource starved.
And I've got a crack showing.
But I got the like fast money here with the Jawa.
You got fast money, but then you got to choose. Do you want to do 7 or not 7?
That's a choice, yeah. Nailed it.
This is a horrible.
This game. I feel like basically the two things that really needed to go my way, which is me getting the battlefield and me having Fear and Dead Men in my opening.
Yeah, Fear and Dead Men. I'd like to be about 10, 12 damage up right now. It'd certainly make a difference.
Yeah, an extra like roughly 9 health right now.
Okay, so you can take a power action to spot a neutral and take another action, which is resolved for 7.
Could do that.
Or 3 and 4 even. How much you got to do here? You got to do
5.
5.
So
Split the
I
gold
could
plus
also get a money, resolve, well, I just resolve for 3, get a money, resolve this, pay 1
Yeah.
to do a damage and roll this back in.
Yeah, which is a roundabout way of getting what you want. Well, none of these cards help. I keep looking at them. Let's get that resistance clone trooper in there.
That's right. It's actually a resource.
Resource is a resource, correct.
Let's do 3 to boss.
Interesting. You know, I've got money, and I just don't need it.
That's a problem.
I just don't need it. And if I had a handful of
Boomas?
Boomas,
Even a Booma would be pretty great. 'Cause you
Speeders.
could play it and activate it again.
but I got these bubble shields. Who put these in here? I did.
They were really good once upon a time.
They were. They still are fine in this deck. That's what we needed. Now, what is my 2 damage, actually 1 shield, unfortunately. Is that on here?
No, that's why it's... Well, no, there's a 2. There's an actual 2, right?
No, but I'm saying like... Oh, yeah, it is.
So you have all those
Yeah,
sides,
it
and
works.
then the one you don't have is the shield.
Good for us.
All right, mine.
Yeah.
Let's go gain money with that action. I get an extra action. Resolve Vader's Saber. It gives me 2 shields. And then I'll pay 1 to roll this back in and do a damage to you. So I'll do 1 more to boss. Excellent.
Ah. That's exactly what you need. All right, let's do indirect. I'm going to bump this one
To 3?
To 3, yeah.
All right, let's do 2.
Love that little card.
3, 4, 5.
Just kill the Jawa.
I'm gonna make you waste something on them.
Nuh-uh. Not gonna do it.
Let's re-roll here.
This is like, I'm at like 1% odds. Like, even if you went to the bathroom for 30 minutes and I just kept taking turns, I don't think I would win. I'm serious. Okay. Okay. I'm looking for a way out of here. You remember that time we were testing and where was that? Right before Worlds?
The first Destiny World.
What deck was I testing?
You were
was
on Qui-Gon
Qui-Gon?
Ray,
Yeah.
and I was on Han Ray, which was bust. I mean, it was obnoxious. And we were playtesting in the hotel room, and I think I beat you 4 or 5 games in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you sit back, close your eyes, and you're like, I know what I need to do. And I was like, what's that? And you're like, start winning.
I did pretty well that next day,
great.
too.
Yeah, you really did. You were 1 game off the cut.
I didn't start winning as hard as you did.
Yeah, but all winning trains usually come to an end.
Yes. All right, so you're going to kill me. Oh, wait, I can make it more annoying for you. How about some diplomatic protection? I'll get my 1 shield and like it. Nothing like paying
right.
1 and a card
1 for 1.
for a shield.
I'll do 2 to boss. Give
Done.
me that shield on Jar Jar.
Fell for it. Look, we get to see the 3 side, though.
It does look good.
This would have gone differently if I had had a couple of supports, I think.
That turn where you had 6 money and nothing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a problem.
That's generally the turns you don't want.
Oh. Obviously, like if that's a Booma, you're probably looking at 4 to 6
Where?
damage.
We got a token down. We'll find it later. It's gone.
I wish they could see exactly what I can see. It's just like your legs come up on this end with your arms over here and then the back the other direction.
That's really the tabletop gaming workout, you know.
Yeah,
It's like,
get this.
I drop my dice, I drop this thing. Everyone, whenever you drop a die and you hear that noise and everyone's like...
Well, and everyone's usually super helpful.
Yeah, like ding, 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 ding. It's like, well, that could be in Kansas by now. That thing travels.
I still have some dice over at a different store. That wasn't a drop, though. That was a low point.
Little throw.
Yeah. A wee child.
There's nothing but failure. That's re-rolling.
Sitting on a pickings that whole time.
Oh, money. Yeah.
Gain 2 money.
Hey, Jar Jar is trying as hard as he can.
That's one of his best. I mean, like, what else could you ask of him?
I don't know. I mean, do I take the beefers over? No, I mean, you're gonna have 4 resources. You're gonna be able to do whatever you want. I shouldn't even play that game. I need the damage. 1. All right, getting a start. Almost a third there. All right, I'll take a shield, which is worth nothing.
Have 3 shields.
Yep. And we're moving on.
Oh.
What does it? I mean, you have diplomatic protection, but you're out of friends.
That
So it's
diplomatic protection doesn't do much if you aren't protecting anybody.
It's definitely not very good.
I'm gonna dump those.
Oh, you gotta be kidding.
All those supports.
No, none.
What?
But I did find my Blaze of Glory finally.
Exactly what we needed. You needed that a couple turns
Blaze
ago.
of Glory isn't good though. I mean, Vader, it's like trade a character for me discarding a
Well,
card.
you're gonna have to update your deck.
Yeah.
All right, you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Do I have money somewhere?
You should get 2 money.
Did I use it all? What could I possibly have used it all on? I definitely didn't. I had like 4.
I don't know.
I'm serious. Just give it to me.
Where'd your money go?
I don't know. I think I tossed it with Boss whenever he went away.
Oh, that's really funny.
Yeah, it was all in a
You
pile.
should have like I felt like you had a bunch of money. You had like 6.
I think I have a lot of
You
money.
played a diplomatic community.
We'll just take it. What's the worst that can happen if you give me 4 money right now?
Nothing.
We're gonna test that theory.
No, it's fine. I thought you should have more. I think you're down money. Does the stream know what happened to your money?
No, nobody. Probably everyone is like somewhere else. They're like, oh well, this one's over.
All right, I'm gonna play Maul's lightsaber. I want to spin you a tail real quick.
Wait, you've got Vader and Maul's lightsaber against Jar Jar?
Yeah, check this out. So Vader's got his lightsaber and he's got a double lightsaber in the other hand.
But I got diplomatic protection.
Well, I'm sure that'll mean a lot to someone.
This is horrible.
I'd like to see how much damage I can overkill you by.
You can't. I think you're gonna roll all blanks 5 times.
My max damage with these dice right now is 16.
That should be enough. But I've got motivated and well connected in hand, so everything's gonna be fine.
Swoosh down.
My go?
Yeah.
You played a thing.
The Gungans weren't built for the Vader era.
No. Maybe I can kill this Jawa though. Or maybe I can't. Oh wait, yep, that's a real blank.
That's the blank. Let's go Vader. See what he's got.
I like to keep my board tidy. Oh my god.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 showing.
Ah.
That Blaze of Glory.
Yeah. It's the only way that... I got a reroll. I've got a Jar Jar reroll. Jar Jar's going through the pass here.
Oh, yeah. Get in there.
Let's pay 2 to get him ready after he rolls.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's
that's
bad.
All right, I agree.
All right, reroll everything, bun.
So I need what, 6 here?
Nothing but blanks.
Didn't get 6.
3, that's right. 3 is fine. That's my shield value. Not a problem.
Let's try again.
What are you down to? 3 cards? You pick up the damage sides too? What are you, crazy?
Yep.
Huh. So you can do 5?
Well, I can get a money. without taking an action, just for kicks, because that should exist.
Unless you kill that Jawa with the indirect. Would you do that?
No.
Dang.
Almost dragged.
Okay, so finding no way out.
Jodar goes down in a blaze of glory.
Yeah, we'll call it a day.
That's so funny.
All right, so that's good. What do you do about Fear and Deadman?
I think you could be playing, technically in Trilogy, Scruffy-looking Nerf Herder.
Is that the name a card, do a thing?
Name a type, look at their hand and discard it. Because I feel like if you can keep me off Fear and Deadman, I don't know that I can win. The other thing is, obviously, if you hit your battlefield, where are your characters? I want to see the odds on that.
Although, it's pretty hard, considering Vader's got the big numbers.
So, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, plus 10, 20.
There's 2 of these guys. I don't know where the other one went. Just got obliterated. Out of the game. There it is.
Yeah, I'm probably going to win the battlefield a good 60, 70%.
Oh.
But
see you, Danny. We'll see you at Masters. Awesome. Yes. Can't wait.
yeah, I don't know. Vader is kind of like the wall your deck has to be able to jump over.
Yeah.
Because it's not fancy. I mean, he's just rolling sticks.
It's just a really effective, strong character, and we're just not used to seeing that. He's just really... And he's actually worth whatever, 23 points?
Yeah.
That's what a 23-point character looks like.
I totally agree.
It should definitely be like, I'm an impactful thing.
I am the thing.
And now, if you walk in, there's probably a number of metas you might walk into where Fear and Deadman is not going to be worth playing.
Well, so he's so good that the meta has kind of been forced to adjust to him. And that's what's crazy about it is like it was a very 3-character wide meta for a while. That's what the old mill deck was 3 wide and stuff.
Yeah.
But he makes it where you may as well be running 2 characters with more health.
Yep. But then, is there a response to Vader in the meta? Is that what Han Rey is for you?
Han Rey is just trying out the Trilogy version of Han Rey.
Okay.
There are decks that are doing just as well. He's obviously Vader, so he's popular. A lot of people are playing it. But there's, again, speed's kind of the name of the game. Because you need to be able to keep, that's why the wide decks, it's like they have Fear and Deadman, and also, I didn't even have to activate the Jawa. Like, this is worth way more than just the Jawa.
Yeah, that's true. So it's fast, and it can attack the wide decks.
Yeah, it's kind of well-rounded.
I'm glad to see Vader influencing the meta, to be honest with you. I mean, what would you say is the downside if you have, dedicated dice control that's not removing, but it's blanking?
That's what's been happening. I mean, people have been switching to blanking cards instead of removal, or like, you just have to be smart with your easy pickings kind of stuff, where you take off the lightsaber and that die. But the thing that I think makes him, in Trilogy, it won't be as big of a deal. But in Standard, there's 2 yellow cards that make him nuts. One is Friends in High Places. So if you have a dice showing a value of 7, which is obviously way easier later, plus whoever else you have, right? You get a look at the top. It's 0 cost. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Play one of those cards for free.
Ugh. Why ever that word?
Shouldn't exist.
Why?
But again, that was made back in the day where like your biggest character had a 2 and a 3.
Right.
And now you have a 3, 4, 3 2s. So that card's just really great. And then you get like, I've lost several games now to first turn Vader's Fist for free.
Oh, yeah, just another Vader-related meta-busting card.
Yeah,
Very impressive.
And Vader's Fist is fine if you can't play it for free.
Yeah.
Like, if you have to pay 5 for it, it has 2 of the big sides are cost of money as well, so it's very expensive.
You want to know, here, wait, let me tell you my method. Having been here now, I can say, for over 15 years of card playing experience.
It's more than that.
It is more than that, but 15 is kind of a round number.
Yeah. Approaching 20.
Over 15 years, here's what you do, and any aspiring game developers out there.
Don't print the word free.
This is free. Before you print your set, find and replace free with anything that costs something or has a restriction. Just just remove free from your card dialogue, and you'll be fine. You could say -3 resources to play it. -5. Reduce by. You know, you could do any number of those things, just never ever free.
And like, it's not just free; it's also any card. So it doesn't even say like vehicle or support or event or. So it's like you either hit your 5 cost Rise Again for free, heal 5, play an upgrade from your discard pile.
Yeah.
Vader's Fist, even like a Vader's lightsaber that's
hey,
usually
Bruzzy.
3 for free, is like.
Anything.
Okay, cool.
Free's the best price on earth, Zach.
Free is the best price. Yeah, that's absolutely true.
Joe Rankin says Dooku Talzin, pretty good response to Vader. Trilogy's legal. So is Dooku the one that gets rid of melee sides?
Dooku, when he activates, you can turn one of yours to a side showing melee and one of theirs showing melee to a side showing blank.
Yeah.
Talzin is, look at the top card of a deck. If it's odd, change one of their dice.
And all your stuff's odd.
All yours is odd, so you can change yours. But you can look at their deck, and if you hit an odd, you can also blank.
Nice.
So it's a really good
cool.
counter.
That is a good. That's,
and there's also like
soft control is what we call it.
Kira is a deck that did very well. It's very fast, so they're both neutral and they both hit for a lot of damage.
Yeah.
And so like, it's another deck, and then there's also a 3-wide vehicle deck that's really good. There's like 7 or 8 decks, and not only that, but I think there's a ton of decks people aren't.
I feel like a Qui-Gon something could do okay with just churning out shields to try to prevent Vader damage, basically.
Yes, 100%. Mike from Hyperloops was on Qui-Gon Isla this weekend.
Cool.
And he went 7-0 in Swiss and then lost in the top 8 to Vader.
Classic.
It was bad beats. But there are things. That's the thing. Is the meta has to adjust to him. And right now it's kind of either you're playing him or you're playing something to beat him.
Yeah. Good. Well, that's how healthy metas always start. And then you start to get the branches of matchups.
Well, I think what people are starting to realize is Theed Palace, how many decks that can make relevant.
Yeah.
Because like even Han Kira kind of came out of nowhere, where it's like, oh, when I actually expect 3 money a turn,
you can play it differently.
This is a very different kind of deck.
That changes so much. You saw that in that old blog that you did with the graphs and stuff. Like it's not just one resource; it's an entire game's worth of value that is front loading over time. It's really good. Real quick, we have Ryan Roper using Friends in High Places with Java to play Crime Lord for free. Classic, of course. Free. Also, Friends in High Places into Crime Lord into Kill Your Guy on round 1 has happened more than once for Ryan. Anytime that happens in the game, it's wrong. That just shouldn't happen. One turn anything, it just shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen, Zach. It shouldn't happen.
If we're going to do Friends in High Places,
just believe in it.
Then that, like, into Crime Lord might be the most acceptable use, in my opinion, where it's like yellow support for free kind of a thing, where like you have an item or you have something. But
that's fair, yeah. But
like,
not free.
Not free anything. Yeah, it doesn't need to be free. That's the same problem with the Falcon and Hyperspace Jump.
You already got 7 in dice showing. Like, the last thing you need is a free something, right?
I know, right? It's crazy.
Let's see. Bruzzy, haven't played in a while. How's the game going? I think Destiny, from everything that I can tell, and Zach is kind of constantly, giving me little updates from his perspective. But we're locked in pretty well online and kind of keeping up with the trends and whatnot. And it seems like I'm more hopeful that for Destiny in the like 5 to 10 year success range than I have been in really since the game launched, because I thought that it had the system and the components and the model to be up there with the Magics and the Yu-Gi-Ohs of the world. Obviously, it was juggled for quite a bit, mismanaged some, just kind of overwhelmed by its own success up front, and then the various printing kind of deserts that happened. But now that I'm hopeful that that's over with, and now that Jeremy's kind of squarely in the driver's seat, I feel like we're seeing those designs starting to open up, and a lot of the metagame is very diverse now, certainly more than it has been. And so now I'm just like, I think it might be like on the floor, like stable.
Yeah.
And maybe even growing?
I think it is growing.
Certainly it's getting a lot of old players back from that had kind of taken a vacation.
And I think the next set's going to come out and rotation is going to happen. And I think it's going to be really important because we were playing Trilogy here. And I think the cards in that Trilogy are way better designed.
Yeah.
Like all the free or like crazy stuff is gone. And it does feel like the game's kind of getting a little more back to those fundamentals of what made it cool and exciting in the first place. But I definitely agree. I think back in the, like, before Across the Galaxy, you had that weird, there had been a big delay with the 5th set, and then there was silence. And there were no big events happening. And it was like, is this ship going down?
Yeah.
And then now the set came out, regionals are happening, there's tournaments reports happening every weekend.
I can't believe
the
how well
changing.
attended those regionals have been.
I know, right? And this is the first time I've felt like the meta is this alive and like evolving week to week. Whereas like in years past, a lot of times there would be some crazy character combo or broken thing that like there were 1 or 2 main decks, and then it was basically either a hard counter to that or not. But right now, it's like I think we're in the 15 to 20 character pairing
like
range.
There's whatever deck you might want to play, there's probably a version or a variant in that space that can do well.
Yeah, like in a great example is this past weekend, everyone's talking about Vader and Hankira and the wide vehicles and etc. And then out of nowhere, I think they won an event or maybe got second. It was Snoke Tarkin.
Yeah, cool.
Just his like
cool
crazy deck.
I love that.
And then
yeah,
it was
that's
like,
why we play, really.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
I think the Gungans can get to a place where they would do well. I really do. I mean, I think this, especially re-looking at some of the vehicle options and some of the support options, some of the new cards, like I think it had some possibility. Also, is the Clone Trooper stuff, is that good because it can steal battlefield control from
100%.
Yeah.
So they basically either have to take this on the first action,
Yeah.
or let you take the battlefield.
Yeah.
One of the one of the players I played against in Dallas, he was on Rex, Clone Trooper, L3 from Solo.
Yeah.
And he just wrecked me, like because his first action every turn is just take the battlefield.
Yeah.
And then he's got like
He's got all the battlefield
exit,
stuff,
which is like 0 cost.
I love hasty exit.
Give your opponent control of the battlefield, remove a die for free.
Yeah.
He has the red little 0 cost, I forget, suppressive fire maybe. It's a support, and then when your opponent activates a character, you can discard it and pay 1 to remove a die.
Yep.
But it's happening on their turn.
On their turn,
so they can't trigger the Vader
I think
ability.
I used to play it in the Gungans.
I think it's in the.
Oh, you can't
it's in
then,
there, right?
can you? You can't trigger Vader on that.
Because Vader only lets you for dice that are removed on.
That's
your opponent's turn.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not in here.
Well, then we need to put it in
It
there.
should be in there.
Yeah.
There's some changes coming. But yeah, I mean, I think the game's the thing for me is like when you're not trying to go to big tournaments as well, the game is just more incredible than ever. What Jeremy is doing in terms of like character pairings has been really great, which is I said Hankira earlier, right?
The ones that should work can work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that from just a general like hang out and play the game standpoint is great. And I think if you want to go to tournaments and stuff, those are also alive and well. And like this coming weekend we have our Destiny Regional and it's almost sold out. It's awesome. Like it's just really cool.
Well, let me get to some comments here, and then we'll get out of here. Joe Rankin, back to you. I think it has everything except for the communication distribution. Otherwise, game seems really solid. I think that's fair. And luckily, I mean, from where I sit, and this is at a place of, fog of war, basically. I don't know exactly what goes on past what I can imagine distribution entails. But those seem like things that are certainly solvable problems.
Mm-hmm. Of all the things.
And I think I think distribution is a problem that FFG/ANA is constantly trying to solve. I am encouraged by the fact that they are continually talking about it, and seemingly, certainly compared to I think 3, 4, 5 years ago, have made some decent strides in that area, and are starting to really. I think the DICE really caused issues. I think they never come out and say that, but I really do think this is more of a complication than the factories were ready for.
Well, especially if the first set sold out so quickly, I don't think that was anticipated. So like, if you weren't planning on making more than the number you made for every set, and then you sell out in like a day, and you're expecting that to last you months, you're probably just not ready for that.
Yeah, and then every other set now has to be bumped up. So you've got to catch up, and then you've got to get ahead.
Yeah.
And then, for whatever reason, you just stop printing it. And then communication. I think that's an easy thing to fix.
Right.
You just got to post some stuff.
Yeah,
you just have to have the intent. You have to want to do it.
The other thing about that is like, I feel like communication is less important if you have a precedent and you stick to it. So like for the first time, this set came out 4 months after the set before that. And they had the announcement where it was like, we want to put 3 sets out a year. So if they actually stuck to that, it's less of a big deal because the expectation is 3 times a year, 4 months after the last set came out.
Yeah.
So you at least have a frame of reference, but with in between Legacies and Way of the Forest, it was like 6 months.
Yeah, or maybe.
Yeah, I think it ended up being 6, but it's like, okay, this came out in November, so is the next set April, or is it February?
Yeah.
Or is it
That's a fair point.
July? And then beyond that too, right? It's like they just announced the World Championships being moved to Q4, and it's like people have been waiting. It's January. It's been in May every year.
Yeah.
And people are like vacation time, requests off, etc. And like they, it's like it's seemingly like they announced stuff about 4 to 8 weeks too late.
Yeah.
Like, but they aren't anticipating.
You can get ahead of that
information. Yeah.
You can get ahead of that. I hope that happens. I think it's all about setting intent, and so we don't know what the internal culture is at Destiny HQ, FFG. But if that becomes a priority, I think it's a very solvable problem. Of course, you have to give up other stuff.
And I do think it would be very helpful.
Yeah.
Like if we knew the release months of the sets this whole year, that's really awesome for the community. They've talked about they're already working on set 10, but
do you get the impression that FFG would be surprised, or maybe it's ANA, who knows, but the powers that be that distribute and communicate about the game would be surprised at how much that would influence the sales of the game? Like, I have this underlying sense that it's like, yeah, communication, etc., but like it won't really impact sales. People will buy it if they're going to buy it. And I really do think that it would be surprising to a lot of folks to see how that impacts the bottom line if there is a consistent and solid release schedule that people can trust and understand. It's like the security of that leads somebody to invest in something like a Destiny, I think, way beyond what currently is kind of the, well, is this ship on course or not?
Yeah. I mean,
I'd like to see it.
I think that whether or not it would produce results is one question. I value that, and I think it would, but obviously they don't as much. Otherwise, I think they would have already been doing that. But like,
at least as far as priorities are concerned.
Yeah,
you can value a lot of things, but like you have to make choices.
Sure. And your actions kind of speak to what it is you're valuing.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like, I think regular, consistent communication and being clear on like, I think part of the problem is like not wanting to, and we kind of do this with our products on a much smaller scale, where it's like not wanting to say April if you can't 100% guarantee it.
Yeah.
But like if there was a once a month, like here's the status of future releases for Destiny, and it was always the next 3 sets and the current expectation. If it changed, like if it went from April to May or May to June,
yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah.
But it's like you at least have this expectation, and like, I don't know, I would go way more aggressive where it's like I would have the name of the next 3 sets, I would have the release month of the next 3 sets, and I would have at least the intro card fan for the sets that kind of shows off the theme and vibe of the set. And I know it's like you don't want to do too much too soon, but like maybe this next set, Convergence, comes out, and there's not a ton of stuff in it that I'm excited about. But like I know the theme of the next set is like
Force Mysteries.
Whatever.
Right? Yoda levitating and stuff.
Clone Wars. Ahsoka. There's a cool Ahsoka card. Whoever, right? No matter what you're going to name. And it's like all of a sudden, now I'm like, well, okay, like Convergence wasn't my thing. But like...
But I'm not going to fall behind because I'm going to get the set after it. So I'll just get a box of Convergence and then move on.
Yeah. I do think there's because like, again, you have to like look at where a company came from, I think, because this happens to us. We have you come from an LCG perspective, and you're trying to apply. You come from a tournament perspective, and you're trying to apply that to everything that you're doing, right? But like, they started as a board game company. I'm like, it would be crazy to announce a board game and be already talking about your next board game.
Yeah, true.
And so like, I think there is a hesitancy to like give too much information too fast.
All of the companies that, like you said, that start in that release it, hope for success, or try to create success, and they move on to the next project, struggle with sustaining the same project over many years, right? Like release after release after release, same game, release after release. And like you said, priorities, right? So FFG, I think, has traditionally prioritized more new releases as opposed to sustaining and promoting things they've already made.
Sure.
So that's...
Well, and they have a really good track record of new releases. Like...
They do a lot of releases.
They do a lot. And
compared to Wizards, has what, 2 games, 3 games?
Well, I mean, when was the last time they put out a new set?
Wizards?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
They did Transformers.
Magic.
Not new set. New game.
Magic,
so
Transformers. They played with some stuff and canned it.
I forget the other one, like Card Fight or Vanguard.
Kaijudo, Dice Masters, I don't know.
But anyways, all that said, I agree. I think communication, I think you could be a lot more aggressive, and I think they're actually doing a really. It's I've seen this happen too. It seems like they're doing a way better job with keyforge. I don't know how much is the Star Wars license and Lucasfilm and whatever process that looks like, but like they're posting pretty consistently live streams and announcements and videos. And here's an update to OP. Here's an update to OP.
They came back from the sellout pretty quickly too. Just trickling product in
through the chain,
so
right?
It never quite got to the level where people were like, "I'm so frustrated."
Yeah, can't find any product anywhere, kind of a thing. So, but I feel like that Destiny has turned a corner, and I'm hopeful that it has because I love this game and I love this community, and it seems like it's been solid set after solid set. I'm expecting the next set to be good, and I'm expecting it to come out roughly March. That's not been said anywhere, but I'm just assuming 4 months from the last set and hoping that comes out. And the regional season has been very promising. The other thing is they, for some reason, condensed their Store Championship season down like to 6 weeks last time, which was just like overload.
Is that kind of a 6-pack, 6 weeks mentality where like, let's get the Destiny community like roaring for like a small amount of time rather than trying to keep it sustained over a longer period?
I don't think so. I think what happened is that 5th set got delayed. It got pushed back to July, because that was also weird. They like shoved it out the door. It was like we had like a week heads up.
Yeah, it's like, hey, here it is, woo!
And I think Store Championship season was originally supposed to be June, July, August. And because they didn't have the new set, they didn't want to put the Store Championships out yet.
Oh, right, that makes sense.
And so it got held up until that July. And they also needed to get the Store Championships done so that there was space in between that and the next set, and then that and regional season.
Yeah, makes sense.
Because like if you had extended it through like October, then it's like literally you jump from Store Champs to regionals immediately, because November is when regionals started. But regionals go November through February, and it seems like the tournaments are being pretty well attended. So that's a really good sign of the game, and I hope we're now in the stability phase of the game.
Geo Rankin back at it. I'm going to read some comments down here, and you can reply in kind. Seems like it's semi-solid in the big picture, still seeming to really struggle on a local, like a consistent local level. So our champion season's great, then a drought, then a new set, then a drought. So it's like new things happen, come in and explore it for a little while, go back, and then something else exciting happens, come in for a while, go back. So it doesn't have that constant drumbeat like a Magic the Gathering, like a Friday Night Magic would have. So that's a comment from Joe there. Brezzy Man, you all are making me want to play again. That's good. You should. It's really quite good. Joe says DJ Snoke has won or gotten second in a couple regionals, so that's worth
that's another pairing.
Looking at.
I will say on the in and out thing, I mean, the thing about it is like if you have a game, so Magic has 4 releases a year typically, so that's about once every 3 months. So they hit those release dates, right? So they're a month faster than a set of Destiny, and they're bigger sets. Like there's more to explore in a set of Magic. And so I'm not certain that you need constant engagement with the game for it to remain healthy and be healthy.
Yeah. And
it may actually be healthier to have a month or two where you're not playing as much and you're not like just burning out on it, right?
Yeah, then maybe that's...
So we'll see what the long-term implications are, but you also can't go 6 months. Like there's a balance.
There's certainly a balance. Maybe they're hitting a decent balance
without a set and without any season. Like if Store Championships could have been in there, right? Anyways, I won't go into all that.
Ben Kiefer, how's attendance looking for the big event in February? That's our Covenant Masters, where Jeremy's coming into town. That's a couple of weeks away, the 1st of February. It's our first real line in the sand, stake in the ground of taking a kind of a casual first approach to even a big finale event like this. And it's looking great so far. I think we've got like 20-ish spots left. And that's about right for how far out. So I'm pretty hopeful that we'll sell that out. I think it's got a really good chance. Now, January 24th is the last day you can register to still get the participation prizes, because we have to order all of that in advance. So we're not going to order a bunch and
it's
just
exclusive to the event, so we don't
presume that people are going to show up. So you have to be pre-registered by the 24th to get all of the participation tokens. So if you're on the fence about that and you are planning on coming, you just haven't gotten around to it, please register ahead of time and make that happen. You can find that on our website on the events section of our store. Brezzy loves the team coming up playmats. That's great. You guys keep at it. Eventually we'll have to sell them.
We'll make them.
Okay, all solvable. Hold on. I fall way behind.
On the comments?
Yeah. It's great. There's just some good conversations going on right now. Generating it for FFG, isn't that part of the problem? Too many products and can't handle the load. Do they need more people to run communication/distribution? I think those are two possible solutions to the problem. One is if you have too many products that you can't effectively market them all, you either need more people to do that job or you need less products. And I think that FFG is doing both directions, where it's like adding more products because products equal sales, but then not having the staff or the time to communicate about all of those products. But I think the other issue that they run into is like a lot of the product lines just aren't as significant as others. And so you have to make those choices of, do you want your people communicating about Destiny, or do you want them communicating about a game like our classic Ruin Wars, which we mention a lot, which is just not going to have the massive appeal that a game like Star Wars Destiny can have. So it's also about prioritizing communication. If you can have a lot of products, but some of them just maybe shouldn't get homepage treatment, right? So I understand trying to systematize everything. If it's a game and it's in this category, this is what we do for it, and it's all universal.
Yeah.
But it's also looking at the sales numbers and saying like, well, maybe we should spend some more of our time here.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like it's almost like being in a box too, where like if you think communication means you have to have like a proper article, which is like, I've said this forever, which is like the idea, especially if you have a new set every 4 months that has 160 cards in it, the idea that you're not posting to social media one preview card a week.
That's true, yeah.
That takes, what effort is this?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's literally like I get it, but it's like you have someone doing social media, and it's like, I don't know, what rhymes somehow make it like a, it's like Throwback Thursday, but it's like, it's our Destiny preview card day.
Yep.
It's like, if you knew every Saturday there's just going to be a new card show
Star Wars Saturday, is that what you're saying?
Like, oh, boom.
You have that one for free.
Star Wars Sunday?
Yeah.
Sunday Fun Day? And who knows? But the point is,
Spoiler Saturday?
If you just know, exactly.
Spoiler Sunday? Star Wars Spoiler Sunday?
If you just post
Spectacular?
then like, what happens is that we talk about it on our podcast. All the podcasts out there talk about it. The new card, right? People get excited. I do this every time. A new spoiler that I'm interested in pops up. And it's like, I got to go build that deck now.
Yeah.
And it just keeps you engaged. And it's like, there are ways of having no real effort that just keep the flames stoked and keep people interested and excited. That I would love to see them start. It is kind of funny.
And we've been down this road and continue to go down it from time to time, where you just get too fancy.
Yeah.
Right? Where it's like, what do people want from Destiny? It's like estimated release date for the next 2 to 3 sets and a card image from one of those sets, maybe every week. And like that may be it. Like you don't, because you notice on the FFG like homepage blogs and things that they post, it's always a very like tidy posting, images and a lot of paragraphs, words. That's
well,
what they call them.
As far as I know, because like I've written some articles for their site, it's like it also has to go through Lucasfilm, and then like I don't know how it happened, but I had an X-Wing article go up like a year later.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I was just like, oh, I forgot I wrote this. Like this is a long time ago.
Yeah.
And so like you just have this big process where like versus social media, which just seems so easy, right? To just like post, and they could do that for all their games. I mean, and you have to be careful. Like if all you're doing is posting spoilers all the time, is that really what you're trying to do? But like,
maybe.
Isn't the goal of marketing to get people excited about your products?
Yeah.
And
products
awareness,
and services,
and I don't know.
Michael Reddle, your dad says hello and goodbye.
See you, Dad.
Michael Reddle, are the Boba Fett and Luke Skywalker starters still legal when the new starters release?
Absolutely. Yeah, so those are from the Legacies block. The main format is Standard, which is the last 2 blocks, essentially. So up to 6 sets, that's what we're at right now. So it's the Awakening starters and all of those cards, Awakening, Spirit of Rebellion, Empire War, that won't be legal anymore, which is like the Rey and Kylo starters from way back when. So, but Han and Luke are totally great and legal.
All right. Bruzzy, you need to have Star Wars Saturday nights to compete with Friday Night Magic. Not a bad idea. And then Joe Rankin got a run. Thanks for the feedback on my ramblings. Love hearing from people far better connected and involved than I. Keep up the great work. Well, thank you, Joe. We'll continue to add as much context as we can. And I think it's time to get out of here, Zach. We
did it.
We got to talking. And now we're going to get to going home and probably fixing some dinner.
Talking some more. Yeah.
Talking to other people.
Speaking of that, I will say we'll be talking a lot more on the podcast this week about some of these things. And then beyond that, too, if you missed it, this Saturday is our regional here at Covenant Tulsa for Star Wars Destiny, standard format. Very few spots left. If you're planning on coming to that, I recommend registering ASAP. And then 2 weeks from Friday, we have the Covenant Masters finale, which is going to be a super just fun and chill Star Wars Destiny event. We have Jeremy coming in from Fantasy Flight Games. He's the lead designer. Everyone that shows up, as long as you register by January 24th, are going to get these gold and black tokens, a deck box, promos from FFG that we have yet to see, which will be, I'm excited to see what they are.
Yeah, I don't know what those are.
And it'll just be a great time. There's some Trilogy Swiss on Friday night and drafts on Saturday, and I'm very much looking forward to it. So if you're anywhere near and you want to come to that event, register. We're almost out of spots, and I will look forward to seeing you there.
Let me go ahead and link
it up.
Yeah, I'll send a link to this. I'll send a link to both.
I'm going to get a picture while you're doing that.
The regional and... All right, here's the regional. It won't come through on Facebook, unfortunately.
I'm terrified of that regional.
You think you're going to get hosed?
Well, I'm not going to play Vader, and that might be a mistake.
Well, it is, you got to wonder, this is your dream come true. You may as well play the thing that you've been born to play.
Vader?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was born this
All right,
way.
there's the 2 links. Anybody who's interested, we would love to see you on these channels. And on these channels, I'm looking at the channels, at these events. And thank you so much for watching. We'll be back on next Monday. Maybe do some keyforge, maybe do some... I've been wanting to play Arena Rex at some point on stream, really badly. I've been wanting to play Swords and Strongholds at some point on stream.
Swords and Strongholds on stream would be hilarious.
It's like we need a special thing to celebrate to play Swords and Strongholds, like something that's like dignified. Maybe like our... Maybe something good happened for us, and then the next week we come in and we're like, we're just going to hang out.
Hey, whenever that new website finally shows up,
that'll be it.
We could just do a Swords and Strongholds
After the website goes up, we will play some Swords and Strongholds, yeah. And then if anyone has any Bat Drone heavy decks for Keyforge, you just let me know.
Hit Steven up.
And I will be there. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys next week.
See ya.